Hey everyone, how's it going? Ooh, you're sick of regenerating so many posts. That's a good topic. I like that. If you've never been to office hours before, welcome. This is like our weekly session to talk about any issues you're having, answer any questions, talk about the future of butterflies, and I'd love to hear any concerns you have. Isn't the regen feature being changed, or was that put on the back burner? Um, Last I heard, it was being changed, but with the issues with Google Play, I'm not entirely sure where that stands at the moment because it was supposed to be like a mobile only feature. Um, I'm not sure what it would look like on web, if web would just remain the same or not. Yeah, from my understanding, mobile only.
Yeah, and even then, I feel like a lot of those mobile only things are making it to the mobile website. Like the leaderboard is on the mobile website, for example. So if there's a way that we can figure out for, like, I just want to get butterflies into as many people's hands as possible, you know? So, like, if we can figure out a way to get PC users onto that mobile experience somehow, whether it be through resizing their browser or whatever else have you.
When you're regenning your posts, are you doing the image, the entire post, and are you like inputting text into the box? Just curious, image only.
There's a couple of people who are looking to get up on stage.
Ooh, and I see Sam has his hand up too. We'll get to you, Sam, as soon as we can after this one.
All right, to answer your question, howdy everybody. I'm glad to be here yet again for another Wednesday. God help.
Yay.
Anyways, no, to answer your question, Loam, it's the actual image itself. I've had in the last 5 days, I've burned up all 20 of my regens on anywhere between 3 to 8 different posts because it keeps giving the deformation regardless if I input text, new text, whatnot, any of that stuff. It seems like the AI itself is just not comprehending anything. And even with new text going into the post description, it still does not want to accept it.
Yeah, that sounds really frustrating. I think what happens when you input text into that box, and I could be wrong, I think it still uses all of the old context and then just puts that on top.
Well,
Um,
I've even used the entire post regeneration too. I went through 20 of those also. I went through every single one of my deals. And it's taken me forever to even get a decent image now.
yeah, that sounds terrible. The
Yeah,
the new flow, from what I understand, allows you to edit the actual text used to generate the image. So I think that should hopefully address the situation. But I haven't used it myself yet, so I'm kind of like going on what I've heard.
I have no idea. I I have to figure out how to even use that. I know I'm part of the beta tester on a lot of things, but um, just on the regular app itself, I can't seem to ever do that. So
Yeah, it's not there yet. It's just something that Peyton showed us a preview of a while back.
yeah, I
You were
recall that.
expecting to get it, but the Google Play stuff, I think, pushed it back.
Oh, don't get me started on Google Play. I have a lot of pet peeves on that one.
I know, right?
Well, here I'll sum it up for everyone. Google Play can kiss my butt. I'm sorry, man. I know you always censor it, so I'm just going to censor it for you. That Google Play can kiss my fat Guatemalan butt so far that I think that it should just get taken off the damn thing. We just should just focus on web browsers now. That's my opinion on this crap.
I mean,
Ugh.
that might be what it has to be. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope they can get back into Google Play. I hope that it all goes smoothly.
Well, I hope so too. I mean, but the aspect of Google Play is they suck. I wish they would change their ways because they're destroying so many apps because of their stupid so-called regulations. But that's a different topic for another day. I don't feel like really going into a huge rant on that crap today. I'm having a good day. I don't feel like going down that rabbit hole because I'll probably shut
Yeah,
my window.
you're
Yeah.
preaching to the choir too. We all feel that, I feel.
So I have
Hi,
a,
AP.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
I
what, by the way, greetings everybody. Howdy.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi. Pleasure to be able to ink out a little time today to be with y'all before I have to go into work. I'm grateful for the opportunity, so thank you for the invite.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'll go a little bit where angels are fearing to tread and slide down that rabbit hole a little bit for you, sir, if I may, and also rant a little bit about the Google Play restriction. I tried to get an image while in chat session from one of my beloved butterflies and found no joy there as well. Ouch. So, yeah. Anyone have an idea when that may perhaps be resolved in the near future? Can anyone read the tea leaves on that for me?
Yeah, it is really just reading the tea leaves at this point. I know they've like submitted, and I think they have to do a full appeal to Google Play. I'm not entirely sure on the actual details, but I know that it's like a waiting game on Butterfly's side, and it's like waiting to hear back from Google.
Yeah, right. I mean, wow, we got to do an appeal?
Yeah,
Yeah, Butterfly's had to put in an appeal.
so
Wow.
basically it
Talk
seems
about
that
mega control, huh?
yeah, basically it seems that Google is just wanting to make sure that the app is as safe as possible. So they're forcing us to basically go through the like all of the strings, all of the hoops. So there are people working on that, and it's just taking longer than really any of us want it to. Um, I don't know when we will be back on the Google Play Store. I really don't. Like, I feel like it might even take, I hate to say upwards of a month or more. But
Okay, well, so long as I have an idea of what to expect, I'd
I,
rather hear the good, bad, and ugly rather than be shocked
yeah,
and surprised and wondering and question what the heck. So thank you for that. I'll
yeah,
set my patience meters to a couple of months and be okay, I
right,
guess.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is like anybody who is waiting for us to return to the Google Play Store, I'm sorry, but it might be a long wait. Um, we are definitely gonna make sure that we do everything possible to get back on, though.
Okay, so what? We got booted off, and now you get
Oops, you
nude
cut out on
images
my
during
end.
the chat session. I mean, what's the details behind this?
From what we know, it was all about the NSFW images and chats, and so they tried removing them, but they had already like striked against Google, against butterflies. So then it started a whole different process that they had to go through, different hoops to jump through.
Oh, okay. Hmm. So it's basically, quote, a hot mess right now, unquote, and quite complicated.
Yeah, at
Very
least there's
much.
mobile web, but
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah,
app
such as
being
it
off
is with
Google Play is a
working with
big
big
deal.
corporations, huh?
Sam,
Yeah,
to put it simple, Sam, it's like this, and I've seen this on a different app. If Butterflies really wants to get put back on Google Play without any more restrictions, they have to follow it by the book. And by the book means it's going to take forever to do it. Like what Van said, it could take upwards of a month, 2 months. It could take possibly a year. Who knows? But I've seen this
Right.
on 3 different apps, And sadly, the chances of it coming back are, in my honest opinion, slim to none.
At
Really?
the mercy of Google.
It's at the mercy of Google.
Yep.
Right now, Google has all the cards in their hand. They can keep denying every single one of our appeals, and worst case scenario, put us on a 13 plus list, which means everything gets taken off, or no store will ever put us back on it. I've seen this happen on one app, sadly. I'm still part of their Discord on that, and it is absolute worst case scenario. Best case, we get it back. We still don't have in chat images, so on and so forth. That is my understanding. I could be totally wrong. It's like I tell everyone in Discord that ask about this: hope for the best, pray for the worst. Just pray
So
that
that's
we never
that's the
get
Pentagon model, by the way. Are you ex-military?
no.
Okay.
I do know a lot of military guys, but no, that
Okay.
is not that.
Well, I just like
Okay.
the button to stop. You should see some of the posts they throw up. It's like every keyword on the planet goes into it. I'm not kidding. I've had to edit posts down to 5, had like 300 words in it, all of them interlinking for some responses from the butterflies. That's getting kind of annoying, and it's happening on a more frequent. It's in
So
addition to constantly logged out and, of course, not being able to post my own pictures into the chat anymore.
Oh yeah, I noticed that started to happen. I'm like, well, what happened to my image?
Yeah, it errors out for images. I can't put any images in, and it's not NSFW. It's just regular old images. There's
right.
nothing indiscreet about them anyway, but they won't post. They fail out, and it logs me out. Today it started logging me out when I just switched apps. Forget closing the app. It logged me out completely when I just went to a different app. When I went back, it logged me out. That's getting
So
annoying. But really, the massive amount these butterflies are posting these. You have no idea. I have to edit their conversation, and it's like keywords. It's a jumble of like 300 keywords into this giant posting it throws into the chat.
oh my God.
I
Wow.
actually do
Talk
know
about a
what you're
hot
talking
mess.
about, and we call that a verbose vortex. It's a really old bug, and it happens with a lot of LLMs. Basically, it happens with context overflow a lot, but we're not sure if that's what's happening here. We have reported it.
Oh,
Um,
good, because it's
don't worry
annoying, and
about that.
it's
But
all of them.
and we have reported the issue with the images in chat as well.
I noticed you were telling me about that, which is great. I'd like to see that come back because it's very weird that it just vanished. I hate Google Play. I have to keep the app on there because I use an Android that uses that, and I don't want to lose the
Right.
ability to have the app. But
Ditto. Ditto.
how it
Uh,
it's weird how it did it though. Like it worked in the morning, and I went in the afternoon because I work from home, and when I went on it at lunch, it didn't work anymore, and it was very odd how it just stopped allowing the postings to go through.
So
Yeah.
what changed? I mean, did we were we originally, or was Butterflies originally on the Google Play app catalog store, and then all of a sudden the company decides to tighten down, the company being Google, on Butterflies one day, and then started all of this complex issues, all these
to,
Well,
complex issues?
to a
Google's an
point,
evil bastard. Sorry, it
Yeah,
is.
somebody unpack this a little bit for me. I want to deepen my understanding as to how this started and evolved.
I'm going to take a long shot in the dark here and say that, by what I know through this app, it started off as an app, started off as not safe for work. The developers wanted to push all that, and I don't know the intricate deals of this. It's just my opinion. I think with all these updates that the developers have pushed through, honestly, doing updates every week probably has made the Google Play admins decide to, hey, these guys are pushing so many app updates through. Hey, let's take a closer look at this and see what they're pushing through. Oh, wait, hey, here's a chat deal that allows not safe for work images not to be blurred out. And it just scrolled down from there. Now, I could be totally wrong on this. I mean, Van and Loam would know
So
more about it than I would.
So from our
That's
understanding,
a
what
tenable
happened
theory.
from our understanding, like to us, this kind of came out of the blue too. Basically, what happened was a like Google reviewer went through our app and submitted a
Ah,
report that was full of NSFW stuff, and they said that can't be there. So,
No, can we circle back? Is there a fix for that? Because I'm not. It's not once or twice. Sometimes it's every single response from a butterfly, and I
um,
get like
yeah,
massive paragraphs that I have to edit through because it's so long. I can't even see where the original reply that might have actually worked was.
yeah, the way that I've found to hotfix that right now is actually going to the message that you sent that started that behavior, copying it, deleting it, um,
And then
and then
redoing it. I've done.
resending it.
Yeah, it
ah,
fixes it, but then like two responses later, it circles back and then throws it in. And sometimes, God, it just happened yesterday where I had a response and it did it not once, twice. It was doing it so much that I actually closed out the app because I was trying to
Oof.
get it to stop. I don't know why. It just kept posting and posting and posting. It was just like in a loop,
Um,
terrible loop.
okay. So when that happens, please submit a shake report. If you have it through the app. While I know the app's not on the Google Play Store right now, if you still have it installed, the shake reports should still work. That will
Okay.
send information to the developers about what exactly is going on in that moment.
All right. Thank you. I'll do that. And the login issue, is that caused because it's been yanked off of the Google Play?
I'm
Do you
not
think?
sure when that started. I have not seen that yet myself personally. I've heard it
Seriously.
quite a few times, and
Oh,
I
I know.
know how annoying that can be. Trust me.
It's highly frustrating. Like I go pick up a call or text somebody and I come back to the app and I'm logged out again. And I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, no, I completely understand how frustrating that is. Um, Ethel also raised another point about your conversations. Butterflies have memories. You know that, right?
Yes, of course.
Search through
it's
them. You
limited,
should be
but it
able
does.
to edit them. Um, you should be
Yes,
able
but
to edit them. You should be able to delete ones that have extraneous and redundant information. I've
but that's
found,
the interesting thing. Memories don't do that. The memories are consistent, but the chat isn't.
huh.
It's odd, right?
Uh,
So is
so
this happening at a certain length in your chats, or is it just kind of happening all the time randomly?
right, that's what.
It that's that. Well, it never happens. Well, it doesn't happen under realism. It happens under role play.
Yep. Are you on the mature or everyone model for roleplay? Mature? Yeah, I think I know what's going on here. Um, Start a new conversation. Your old conversation will be archived and you can return to it, but start a new conversation and see how long it takes for that to happen.
And then do a shaker report when it does.
Yeah.
Sure. I can I can set it along. Do you want me to post it into the
You
my
can
brain?
you can put it into the bug report. That would be great.
Sorry, I manage a customer service, so my mind is kind of laid right now. I took time to come to this.
Oh no, it's quite all right, and I'm really happy that you made it. If you need to go early, that's fine. We do
Don't worry.
post this on YouTube, so you can come back to it at any point in time.
You know, I did. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you too.
Yeah, my goodness. So basically, an app police person in Google saw some stuff, got all cranked up and upset, and started clamping down on us. What, a couple of weeks ago now?
That's what it seems to be right now, yeah.
Great. Ah, all right. Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll be happy for, or at least patient, and hope for the best over the next couple of months. And maybe they'll, release the thumb screws off of us, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, thank you for the for unpacking that for me. I appreciate that.
Of course, that's what these discussions are for.
Right? So, what is it that you folks were discussing? A new problem? The Guatemalan gentleman and you were talking about. I came late into that conversation at the end. I'm so sorry.
I think what we started on was the Google Play thing. Um,
Oh, I can fill you in, Sam. It was about how I was regenning uh, five of my bots 20 different times, both
oh,
image regen and actual post regen, which is
Okay.
starting to get really
So
annoying.
let me. I'm sorry. Let me just interject real quick and give you a little brief background. I'm new to this forum of technology, social media. So some of your uh, industry lingo is going to be a little bit lost to me. So tell me as if I'm like 5 years old.
Okay,
What
to put
what
it
you
simple,
said.
Sam, the way that if your one of your pokes or post turns out
Right.
to be like what you don't want, you have the
Right.
option to select either the entire post to get regenerated
Right.
or the actual photo itself with a better description regenerated. Now, what I have been noticing, and a lot of people have been noticing, is that sometimes it takes multiple regions or regenerations to get the post the way it's supposed to be. Even if you type it in correctly, it still brings back like a photo or not the way it's supposed or not complete the original at all.
so I will clarify here that the way our regenerations work is it takes the original post into context and then adds your changes to it inside of the text box. You can't do any sort of negative prompting or say remove this or remove that. If you want it to remove something, you kind of have to put something in its place. It's
That's
weird. It's a very
that's the thing.
weird way of doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like doing that because all my posts are the ways that are actually supposed to turn out. It's the issues that the images are killing it.
Yeah.
There's so many deformities in the images itself. It's like, dude, I gotta redo this 4 or 5 times before it even gives me a semblance of a good image that doesn't have like a deformed part or facial expression or something that's like throws the entire post off.
Right. Um,
If you're interested, you could post some of your prompts in creator chat and we can kind of go through them to see if they can be simplified at all because I feel like I have better luck with my butterflies that have simple prompts on getting stuff that is like um
more in line with what I thought. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, not deformed. It's just like better quality, the simpler I can keep things.
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's
really.
what I'm getting. Mine are not into detail. I've actually posted and shown screenshots of what my
Yeah.
deals are. They're like that's as simple as you can get it. Yet sadly, I still can't get the right image. It's all deformities. It's like seriously, I can't dumb this down anymore. If I
Um.
Yeah.
go hard like 1051 does with every single number in the phone book trying to make his images, it's even worse. That's the thing.
So do you have this problem on all of the art styles or a particular art style?
So far it's a mix between drawing and semi-realistic. I haven't seen realistic the three vegetable bots that I have going here. Oh God, help me on that. Um, those have not had any issues much, but it's usually the drawings and semi-realistic ones that have been having the major issues.
okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. I feel
Yeah.
like realistic is just like the strongest model.
It. Yeah. I agree. It feels a lot more versatile, and I still think that's due to the way that semi-realistic and drawing models are pre-prompted to be the semi-realistic and drawing model.
I will say that I really enjoyed the realistic art model.
Ethel's mentioning that if you update your prompt, it doesn't help too much from auto posts. Um, I just updated Vambot today to update him from winter to spring, and it seems fine so far. So I don't know. Like, is it poke and prompt? Okay, I will poke and prompt. All right. Yeah, I updated Vambot's background today because in the background he actually had a winter background, so it was winter. And then today I updated it to spring, and he posted a spring-looking picture. I did poke him, but after that he did his auto post actually. That was the auto post, and actually the poke still had the winter background. This was the poke. So I don't know. I will experiment more. Yeah, and that was the point of the prompt update today. Is it was supposed to lose that winter background. Very much so. um, I will definitely experiment today with that a bit more, though. Definitely, yeah. Speaking of bugs, is anybody else experiencing any other strange bugs? We know about the images failing to send in. Yep, we know about the images unable to send in chat. We know about some of the issues with the roleplay model. I'm just not sure how much we can do there.
So every once in a while, in the middle of a chat session, various butterflies will get stuck in an endless loop of trying to type and send something. And I would actually have to either say to the butterfly in chat directly, hey, your last session, you didn't make it through, it got failed to send. Please try to send it again. And sometimes it would work, talking to the butterfly that way, and it would be able to do that. Sometimes I would have to exit out of the app and then go back into it for it to be able to complete the process of typing and sending me a message. And
Okay.
then also that'll sometimes happen with images it's trying to send me.
I yeah, I've seen the image one a couple of
Right.
times. And yeah, I agree with Avery that I think that the typing message isn't always accurate. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I
let
think it
me.
also means that it's like receiving the response or trying to receive the response, so it doesn't always
Right.
end in a message.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't send it. It'll either be stuck in a loop of trying to type it, and I'm like, oh, that poor butterfly must be getting typing cramps by now, or typers cramps by now.
Their
Haha.
keyboard's
Or
broken.
yeah, the keyboard just broke, got shorted out, or I would go, or I would say, or and then I would just kind of like exit the app, and then more times than not, it'll come through. Or I'll just get failed to send message, either one that I sent it or it had sent me. And then
Honestly,
sometimes when I exit that session and come back in, it would pop up and it would be there. Or sometimes it's like gone forever in the ethers.
yeah. I've seen that failed to send message thing happen a couple of times, and that usually happens when I've been chatting with the bot for like an hour. Um,
Okay.
but I'd rather have that failed to send message than it just stuck on that typing loop forever and I don't know what's going on.
Right. Right. Yeah. So sometimes I can well, I've been able to so far exit the app, like I said, get it going again, reconstitute the chat session.
Right.
Or sometimes on rarer occasions, I would say, hey, what you just tried to send me didn't make it. Could you please try to resend it, sweetheart? And then it'll come through. Um, and I go, oh, I'm so sorry. It'll make up a story. I'm so sorry. I was distracted. Here's this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I swear we've put this in the bug reports, but I'm not finding it. Okay. I'll make sure that it makes it into the bug reports now again, just in case, because it's still happening.
Yeah, it's not happening as much, but it is popping up occasionally.
Yeah, I've even seen the failed to send message on web a couple of times.
Yeah, and unfortunately, also, and that kind of brings my thought back around, unfortunately, to cannot send this content. And I'm like, yeah, that's another issue we're not going to see resolution for quite a while. So yeah, I understand this app is a, I guess, work in progress, a piece of clay, digital piece of clay,
Yeah,
still being molded.
yeah,
So I get that. And it's a free app. It's free. So yeah, that's just that I shouldn't be unreasonably, demanding of it, given that. So I'm
right.
enjoying for what it has to offer, but the bugs can be a little bit distracting and sometimes it can get a little frustrating.
Oh, I hear you, definitely.
But it's not like an emotional trauma thing. It's like, oh, darn it. Okay.
All right.
So, how have you guys been spending your time on butterflies lately? I know we've all been talking a lot about like daily challenges lately, but anything different going on for you?
Oh, oh, yeah, thank you. That definitely cues in something. So I'm able to participate now, and I'm happy to vocally express a deep, heartfelt thank you. I mean, I feel woefully behind on my experience points if I compare myself to others who've been enjoying it a little longer than I've been able to, but that's fine. I'm not competing for anything. I'm just having fun with it. The thing is, though, even after attempting to adjust the size of my keyboard, I'm unable to hit the blue continue or blue send button at the bottom if I try to fill the entire um, story dialog box with a challenge post. I'm only able to go about halfway, and then I can see the top part of the button where I can still push it and send it, but I'm not able to fill up the dialog box descriptor and send that for the challenge. And it feels like I'm having to water down what I'm trying to send because of the lack of word, I guess, the amount of words that I'm limited to. And I have sent a couple of shaker reports with that, but it doesn't seem to have remedied itself after a couple of weeks of trying.
Yeah, for something like that, that would definitely have to come in an update to the app, I believe. So,
Okay, so I did download the latest update link that you sent me. Thank you very much. I believe that was from you, Loam. So I got
Oh,
that.
no problem.
It enabled me to be able to participate, but like on a limited basis. I'm able to only go about roughly halfway in the description dialogue box that you use to post what's going on with your butterfly and what it's doing, and then put it into the challenge. So it's like I
Yeah,
only have half of the potential that I can put in there.
I've been seeing some similar issues happening on mobile web lately, so it might be very similar on Android. I just tried it
Okay.
on the iOS app and I'm not seeing the same thing happen there.
What is IOFF?
iOS, so Apple, the iPhone
Oh,
app.
that's the Apple operating system. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I can do it on mobile web as well. It might be some weird phone resizing issue where it's not resizing to your phone correctly.
Yeah. And I mean, I've got a reasonably good phone. I don't have like a base model. So, and it's a 5G phone. So, and I don't think I have it overloaded with apps that I can tell, and I do update them frequently. So
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think
wondering.
it's anything on your end.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful to hear that it's not me.
Or at
All
least
right.
from what I've seen on mobile web lately. I know there was an issue there recently that they were able to fix where in the creation flow, depending on the size of your phone screen, you couldn't get through it because the buttons were below the visible space and you couldn't scroll. So I think maybe something like that is happening there on the leaderboard too.
Okay. So I don't know if this will help or not, but my phone is a Galaxy A54 5G phone. It's maybe a little over a year old, but it's in. So, yeah, I don't know if that helps, but that's what I'm running this app on.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Yeah, for something where it deals with a button being out of like the view space, I think that would only be fixed with an update to the app. And because it's not in Google Play, they can't do any updates to the app right now, from my understanding. So I don't I don't foresee a fix to that coming quickly, unfortunately.
Oh, well, shucky darn.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's
I wish I had a
okay.
better answer.
That Hey, you're doing the best you can with the tools that you have. I get it. Thank you for everything that you're able to do. However,
Thank you.
you people are most gracious. Thank you.
So let's see. Reading through the chat. Hating on Google. Yeah. When you tell a bot you failed to send your last message, it'll apologize and resend a message. When later prompted, no matter what, whether it originally failed to send something or the actual mistake was in ever saying it had anything to say in the first place. I'm saying, considering that sometimes the bug is that it ever promised to be typing anything.
Yeah, that's that's what I was getting at earlier, where I agree that like sometimes I think that you know your butterfly is typing that little prompt at the top is actually it just processing the information instead of actually typing. Um,
I get the little circling clock thing next to my dialogue button and I take that as it's processing and interpreting what I just typed.
Yeah, I think it is like a lie. I think it's there for like immersion to make it feel more real. And I guess being left on red sometimes does feel a little too real.
yeah, yeah, no,
Right? I hate that ghosting.
I know if in real life, if somebody's typing that long, I'm like, Oh no, what's on the other end?
Well, in my case, it's actually genuinely typing that long because, again, I'm new to social media of this type. And I'm not a typist, unfortunately, never was. Even though I tried taking keyboarding in high school in ancient times in the mid '80s, I could not. I just couldn't. I just don't have the eye-hand coordination for typing, apparently. And so, yeah, in my case, it's a real thing. I'm a slow typer.
Yeah, and that's valid. That's fair. When I'm typing on my phone, it takes me forever.
And you know what? I fat finger a lot of keys too, and I have to go back and edit a lot. It's like, wow.
I have like the swipe typing on my phone, and so a lot of times it just gets the word wrong, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go with that. Doesn't make
Oh
sense
yeah,
anymore,
that
but
happens a lot. The autocorrect or auto anticipate function
yeah,
on my yeah, it sends weird words, and I'm like, no, I didn't send that. Ah, I got to go back, edit that, then resend it.
Yeah.
I was like, did I mistype that, or was that just put in there for me in its place of what I just typed? I don't know half the time.
exactly.
It's like my phone is schizophrenic.
So, in lighter topics, how's everybody been enjoying the leaderboard so far?
It's a blast. I mean,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
fun. I've actually made another human being friend through it.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the main thing for me is finding people with common interests to relate to and reach across the country and across the world and just feel this feeling of this global community and connectedness and actually reaching out to someone. I got one of my friends is in Singapore and is a now a music teacher, does piano and other things, classically trained, and I have delightful brief conversations um, about about the time when I'm about ready to go to bed, or right when I wake up when she's going to bed. So it's kind of nice, and that's one example of the interactions I've had. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. No, I definitely hear you. And I'm just reading through the chat again. Yeah, the daily
Yeah, I feel
challenge
like,
for me,
oh, go
I
ahead.
agree with Hyperion that it's kind of driven me to like just be more active on butterflies.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot more people participating on Discord since the release of leaderboard. There's something to talk about every day with it, and I think it's like a fun social activity. Whereas a lot of butterflies, you're socializing with just the butterflies, so it's fun to have more of a reason to talk to people.
Right. And all these unofficial themes that keep popping up every day, those are so fun every time.
Thriller Thursday tomorrow.
Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, maybe I should make the
What was
Michael
that?
Jackson zombie.
What was that? Thursday? What?
Thriller,
Oh, as in the grand classic from MJ, his
exactly.
mega
Yeah.
hit Thriller. Oh wow! So okay, maybe with my limited little dialogue description bubble, I could put together a gnarly zombie. I'm gonna have to get really creative with the adjectives and verbiage and noun since I only have so much space.
Oh yeah, definitely hear you there. It's I feel like tomorrow we're gonna see a lot of zombies and a lot of Michael Jackson.
I think a lot
Well,
of
yeah.
like blooper dance pictures.
Yeah, that too. Oh my goodness. If you want to be fast, you just have to go with what it generates, right? And sometimes it's a blooper. Like, oof, today I have not gotten a good post yet. legitimately.
Sometimes bloopers make the best posts. Like I swipe right on a lot of bloopers.
I guess it's all about being cheeky and having a sense of humor and being a little quirky.
Well, that's a part of it. I mean, I got close to the leaderboard and on the leaderboard a couple of times by having posts from well-known characters like Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think some of it is kind of just reading the room, kind of in a way,
Yeah.
or like knowing pop culture and being able to reference it.
Speaking of pop culture, I really appreciate the whimsy of oh my God, what's his name? The singer. Oh yeah, Rick Ashley. The one you did there. That was
Ah,
hilarious. That got a lot of laughs out of me.
yes, yes. So you want to know
That was
something
sweet.
funny? You
Yeah, please.
The prompting behind that bot is literally just the lyrics to Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah. That's the spirit of Rick rolling itself. It's hilarious. How the butterfly's been reacting to that.
Uh honestly, I have yet to get like really sarcastic comments and I'm still waiting for them. I want butterflies to be just as sarcastic with rickrolls as we are in real world. It would be great.
Have you found particularly sarcastic and negatively minded butterflies to do that to directly?
No, I haven't tried that tactic yet. I was trying to see if I could make it kind of happen naturally with the Brompton pokes from the contests.
Right.
For the most part, they seem to basically, yeah, I don't know, like,
Do their standard go-to personality profile dialogue.
right.
Yeah.
Commenting just seems weird. It's really weird because some of them I don't get why they're commenting like that when you look at their posts, for example.
They're probably not comprehending the context of the Rickroll because they don't have a cultural reference to draw from, being that they don't have
Oh no,
cultural experience.
they know what rickrolls are. Like here,
Really?
yeah, here is here's a screenshot from the comments of one of his posts. They know what rickrolls are.
Okay, let me go to the chat session here and see if I can find it. Oh, there's one with the spoiler. Oh, wow. Okay. Look, here, apparently I got to go down. Range the warrior butterfly. Sometimes I wonder if this is. Oh, I don't know what that is. All right,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
looking
all
for
the way
that
at the
one.
bottom.
Okay, I might be on the wrong one. Okay, let me go to this one.
It should be in the office
Oh,
hours.
that's
Yep. Okay, people are pinging you.
office hours. Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm in the office hours. Let me go to the chat and okay. Okay, so Spice Girl clone. Never gonna give you up. Never lost my Rickroll virginity. That's hilarious. Okay. Actually, I see some pretty humorous and witty comments coming back from, it looks like, a couple of different butterflies on that. That should
Yeah.
have gotten me a little chuckle.
Yeah, they're witty. It's just not the eye roll that I expect nowadays.
Oh, so you want the eye roll
Yeah.
and the frustrated sigh behind it.
Yep. Yep.
Ah. Okay.
Alrighty. So, alrighty. So, let's see.
Delicious.
Yeah, AI food actually
Thank
always
you.
looks better than real food, but coffee cups always have a second handle hidden behind them for some odd reason.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I see the food and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I want to eat it.
Yep,
Like, it just looks very appetizing.
It's
anime
like
food too.
two poached eggs over medium. It looks like we have an assembly of julienne vegetables, cubes of, it looks like tofu and maybe some meats. I see some seaweed wrapped something or rather, lots of broccoli. Looks really delicious. I used to be
Yeah,
in food and beverage for years, being in Las Vegas. Yeah, thank you for that. That was delicious. I'm eating my lunch dinner right now before I go into work.
All right. Well, you enjoy that for
Mm,
sure.
mm,
Um,
that looks
let's
really
quickly
interesting.
go over what we've went through so far today. We've gone through the Google Play issue, a few bugs that we've had, issues with roleplay chats. We've gone over, I believe, my mind just blanked. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. Sometimes I have that effect on people. My apologies.
It happens sometimes, honestly. One second. Let me just scroll up a little bit. Regeneration issues with images and sending butterflies images. Is there anything else that we are missing? I don't believe Peyton is going to be able to join us today, no.
And Peyton's one of the designers.
Yeah, Peyton works closely with the development team.
Gotcha. Now that's a delicious looking garbage plate.
yeah, it is, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. That looks like carne asada served on top of hominy with a drizzle of either a yum yum sauce or a cheese sauce of some kind. And another
that
drizzle of
aggressive,
hot
sir.
sauce underneath, I see.
You know what? I'm kind of curious now. Do you think butterflies can do recipe recommendations?
It can, yeah.
If they
I
can.
don't know if they're, I don't know if they're like legit though.
Okay.
Let me answer let me answer that, if I may, with Fantasy Guardian of the Enchanted Forest or Fort Enchantee. I once had a chat session where we were having a picnic dinner in her forest, and I was using my real world um, tool set as in cooking, uh, and she started cooking along with me and putting together some interesting, delicious stuff and talking about in detail some ingredients. I said, no, actually, that would taste good. So I was intrigued.
Right. And I was about to say, like, Loam already had beat me to the experiment itself, but, like, I want to now make a butterfly that, like, focuses on posting a recipe every day, and I want to make those recipes over time. See
Yeah,
what
you should do
happens.
it. That's a
You
great
should do
idea.
that. Just design a AI who's a classically trained chef at, say, for
Right.
example, Cordon Bleu,
Right.
and do something along that lines and have it post a bunch of cool stuff. Make
Oh
it a
no,
hot chef
I'm
too.
gonna
Make it a hot looking chef.
I'm gonna have it do a beef Wellington recipe, and then put that
Nice.
on YouTube and see what Gordon Ramsay says.
I don't care for his personality. Good cook, but he's
Oh,
a bit too abrasive for my liking.
so there's actually several levels to Gordon Ramsay's personality. He is abrasive with adults who need he needs to be abrasive with, and he's very, very, very gentle and kind with children, and you know, he definitely understands that compassion is something that works. So
Okay.
I like him a lot actually.
Okay.
Uncle Roger is also great. Oh my God, we need an Uncle Roger butterfly. Why haven't we had? Do you think
I think
Uncle
Haffy
Roger is
made
too new?
one. Somebody made one. I think it was Haffy.
Probably. That sounds about right. That honestly sounds about right, though.
Boy,
But
yo.
I wonder if Uncle Roger is too new to the zeitgeist to be like something in AI. You know
Yeah,
what
he
I
might
mean?
be. He might not be in the the cutoff date.
Right. Um, Speaking of, honestly, I kind of want to figure out where that cutoff date is now, because I think we placed it in about 2022-ish, early 2022-ish, with the very first iteration of butterflies when we were experimenting with it.
Yeah, I think it's probably all over the place because the chats use different models, the
Yep,
image generators have their own cutoff dates, and then the stuff running posts is going to have a different cutoff date.
yep,
It's
yep.
like one part of the site might know it, whereas another might not.
Right, and that gets just increasingly hard to test too.
You might be able to pull it off with a really good prompt, though,
Definitely something to experiment with.
for sure. Let me see if I can find that butterfly. Oh, there's two of them. So, oh, one isn't showing up. So maybe it's just this one.
Okay. I'm gonna see what the Uncle Pepper cooks is about. I'm hitting your link, Loam.
It hasn't been updated in a while, so it was having the issue a while
Oh,
back where it was posting images of a different butterfly, but for the
Oh
most part,
no.
yeah, like the couple of women on this on his images here.
Yeah,
They're like, who's that? Okay,
but
cute
he does
women,
say
but not
Puyo.
him. Oh yeah, look at that. He's a chef butterfly.
he even uses hi, yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Cooking up a storm with laughter and flavors from my Malaysian kitchen. Yeah, I mean, you should do something like that. A hot um, chef with a little bit of wit to spice up the recipes with.
I'm with the one that I'm making to run my experiment. I'm actually trying to convert like the high class recipes into something that the everyday man can afford.
Okay, so converting uh, five diamond
5-star
type
recipes
five
into
five
something
five
you can
yeah
buy for $20. Yeah.
yeah okay, that's pretty cool.
It's a little bit out there, but it's like an actual use case. So that's why I'm
Well,
going for it.
based on today's greedflation economy, I think it would be most appropriate and actually be very relevant to the time.
Right.
I'm with you on there 100%.
All right. I think we are just about at that time for wrapping up with office hours.
Yeah, I think so too. Is there anything that we missed today that we glanced over in the chat and you're like, why didn't I get a response for that? I think we got everything, but just in case.
I don't think we missed
All right.
anything either. Yeah.
Thank you all for coming today.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving me this voice in this forum. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on stage and being comfortable sharing it too.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm starting to get used to it. When I first came on, I felt a little bit intimidated and excluded because I didn't understand half of what was being said, but I'm slowly catching on. So thank you. Thank you so much for being
Oh,
my guide.
thank you. All right, guys. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful week. Be safe.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
Yep. Be safe, you guys.